Hello everyone. So in the last video I taught you how to use the home tab of Writer in WPS Office, which is Word in Microsoft Office. So I taught you how to use all these functions, the most basic and the most regularly used functions. So in this video I'm going to teach you how to use all the functions inside the insert tab, all this blank page, table, etc., all of these functions. So without any further ado, let's just begin with the video. My name is Samyan Sawant, also known as Sam, and welcome to Randomesia. Alright, so let's get started with the video. See, first of all, what is this? Blank page. Show it to you clearly. See, this is vertical text box, this is horizontal text box. So basically, if you know how many number of pages you're going to need for the document, you can just like scroll out like this. You can go on clicking it. If I want, for example, 5 pages, so I'll just click 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 5 pages got created. If I want more, I can go for 6, 7, how many ever you want. It's on you. So see, these are the two options. Now vertical text box, what will it do? It will create a vertical page here, and once you click on horizontal text box, it will create a landscape like page for you, and these all will be portrait style pages. Get it? So these are the two functions of blank page. Now I'll just go back to the original document we created. Now the second tool is table. Now table is one of the most used tools, but not everyone knows how to exactly get the most of it. So we'll just click on it. See, when I hover over this, it will show me here 1 by 1, 2 by 1, and the whole ratio thing. Get it? Now I'll take a 4 by 4 table. I'll just hover over this 4 by 4 and just click on it once. See, a 4 by 4 table was created. Now once you create a table, see, table tools will open up automatically. Now if I click on the document, they get disabled, but when I click on the table, it again gets enabled. Now first of all these functions are given just to edit the table. First function is draw table. Now once we're done with this table, we can draw one more table, and it's very easy. You have to just click anywhere on the page and keep on dragging it. And if I want a 4 by 4, I'll just click here, 4 by 4 table. Get it? You can also extend it and all other stuff you can do with it. Get it? Now once you have created a table, you can edit it later, but let's go back to our original table. Now eraser. What eraser does is it will basically merge the cells. This function and this function is almost the same. You just have to select the cells which you want to merge. See, it just erases the lines between those cells. It will basically merge them. See, you can enter any data inside it, like hello, or enter, then you can enter more data. Get the point? Now if I use merge cells, see, I'll just click here, and for merge cells you have to select 2 cells or more than 2, how many ever you want, and just click on merge cells. Get it? So eraser and merge, 2 of the tools. Now once we have done with that, we can also delete the cells. Now the delete option gives 4 more options inside it. First of all, delete cells. Now in delete cells, first of all, if I select this, I select delete cells. Now shift cells left. What it will do is, see these 4 cells? Now it will just shift them to the left side one by one. So what it will happen is, this one will go on the left and get deleted, right? This will come here, this one will come here, this one will come here. So this space will become blank. See, once I click here, see, all the cells got shifted left and the rightmost cell got deleted. Same is the function of the whole thing. Now I click delete entire row, it will delete the whole row. If I click delete entire column. Get it? Now I'll select delete columns. What it will do is, whichever column you are in, it will delete that particular column. Get it? Delete rows. Whichever row you have selected, it will delete that particular row. And delete table will delete the entire table. Get it? So the 4 functions in the delete function. Now once you have created this table, in case if you want more 4 cells above this, what you will do? We'll just click on insert above. 4 cells will be created. If you want below this, you'll select insert below. If you want on the left side, insert left, and if you want on the right, insert right. It's that easy. Get this? Now once we are done with this, you can also split the cells. Once I click on this and I select split cells, number of columns and rows you have to select and click OK. It will split it. Get it? Now one cell got split into two cells. You can also split the table, split table by row. If I click here, split table, split by row or split by column. I'll just split by row. See, it got split. Now you can also split it by column. See, it will split. Easy. Once these 2 functions are done, we'll go to the next one. Now auto fit. Auto fit to the window will just like fit it for perfectly in the size of the window. See, this much space is there. These are the 2 rulers, and inside this it will fit your particular table. But we already have aligned it perfectly, so no changes will happen. Auto fit to the content. See, now when I press on this, it will get fit according to the content I have entered, which is nothing but see, hello and hi. It will get stick to it. See, now if I enter anything inside it, any data, hello again. See, according to the content it will adjust the table. Get the point? Now once we are done with this, distribute rows evenly. See, it will evenly distribute according to the size of the data, and columns, it will even the columns. Done. Now you can increase the height and width. See, by clicking on this, you can just increase the height of the whole row or the column. Mostly it increases for the row. See, width you increase, it will increase the width of the column and height of the row. Get it? These 2 functions are done. Now whatever data you are going to enter, I had taught you the home tab, didn't I? So in this you had the font style, the font size, if you want to go bold, italic, underline, everything. So once you go to table tools, same thing you're gonna do here. If I want like any other kind of font, like say Manscript, and I'll write here Andamesia. See, Manscript font. I can select the text size. I can go 6.5, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever I want. I can select whatever. If I want bold, I can just select this, bold, italic, underline, anything. Get it? So this tab is from the home tab, exactly how it was. Now once we are done with this, we are going to alignment. What alignment does is, it will align whatever data you enter inside a particular cell of the table. Now if I select this thing, see, I selected it. Now in alignment, align top center, align top right, align center. Now if I want it in the center, I'll just click align center. See, I'll select this, alignment, center right. It will come in the center and in the right. See, I'll show you how it exactly will look. See, I'll increase the height. See, center right. Get it? So that's what alignment does to whatever data you enter. It will align it inside the table. Now text direction will select the direction in which you write the text, like vertical from right to left. See, it will show you a preview of how your text is gonna look. So based on your particular needs, you can use this particular function. Now once we are done with this, you can see these 3 tools. Now sort tool I had taught in the home tab video, so you can go to that video. I've taught it there. Now select tool, you can just select any cell, particular cell. If I'm in this cell, I can just select this cell by here, select the whole column, select the whole row, select the whole table. Get it? Select tool just basically selects particular cells of the particular row, tab or whatever. Now in settings, you can go in the row and column settings. You can insert cells and all the stuff which we did here. so it's not that much useful. So this was table tools. Now we'll go back to insert. Once we are done with the table, we'll go to picture. I'll just go down here. Now in case if you want to enter any kind of image in your document to represent something, so what you're gonna do, we're just gonna click on this and we're gonna go for from file. See, these three options are there. First of all, from file. We'll click from file. So what from file does, it is that it takes a particular image which is saved inside your computer. Alright, so I'll just take any one image I want. So this is the one I had created. I'll just open it. See, this is the image I have entered. This is the Adobe Photoshop for filter art. I do all these kinds of arts and post it on my Instagram page. The link is in the description. You can follow my page to see all those kinds of arts. I post almost every day. So yeah, let's get back to the video. See, this is the image I have entered. Now once you select on the image, again picture tools. So all these various things you can do on an image. So first of all, you can insert more pictures. Alright, you can insert shapes. You can compress the images. So see, if I compress the image, it will kind of reduce the resolution and the size so that the document size gets reduced. I'll just click OK. It will compress the image, not much of a difference, but still useful. Now if you want to crop the image, you can either do it from here. Alright, by shape. If I select any particular shape, it will crop it in that shape and just hit enter. See, and if you just want to crop it manually, see, like this, it will go like this. Just drag it wherever you want, click enter, it will crop it. Here it will just go back to the original picture. Okay, now picture preview will show you how the image is exactly. See, this is the preview of the image. If you have various pictures in the document, you can just click this arrow. Alright, we'll close this thing. Once we're done, we can also manually set the size of the image, like height. We can increase it, we can decrease it. Alright, you can also lock the aspect ratio. If you don't lock it, what will happen is, see, the image will get stretched. Get the point? So I'll recommend to select this one, lock aspect ratio, because it is very useful. You can also reset the size to original for the image by clicking on this one. Now once we're done with that, you can edit the image. Kind of, you've got a few functions. You can select this. You can increase the contrast here, see, or decrease the contrast, increase the brightness or decrease the brightness. So this is a great tool. Most of the time we have to go to some image editor and increase or decrease the contrast, color and all those effects, but they have given a separate function here, which is a great thing. Now once you click on color, you can either go for grayscale, black and white, but this is already black and white, so we don't need to do all that. Now this one is important, picture outline. So it will give a border to the image. See, black border, whichever color you want, that's not an issue. Now if you go to weight, it will let you select the width, like see, 4.5. we increased it. You can also decrease it or select whichever you want. That's not an issue. We can just click on the picture effects. Now effects will allow you to give shadows, reflections, all those kinds of stuff you can enter in an image. See, I click this one, it will give an inner shadow, outer shadow. Also you can select picture effects, shadow, and this will give an outer shadow. See, this is the shadow. So all these kinds of stuff you can do. Once you are done with this, you can also change the picture. You can reset the image, whatever you want to do with these two tools. Now you can also rotate the image 90 degree, right, 90 degree, whatever you want. Flip it horizontally or vertically. See, I just flipped the image. Easy. You can also group it, align it to the center, align it to the left, whatever you want. Now once you go to settings, you can set the size and whatever stuff you want. For now it's just been disabled because we have already set all those things. Alright, now if you go to format object, see, you can enter all those things like effects, fill in line, all those things from here also, which we did before. Now picture to text, picture to PDF are the tools they have given. You can convert it to PDF also, the image or whatever you want, to PDF. Now once we are done with picture tools, let's go back to insert. Wait, first let's get this back how it was. Alright, where were we? Yeah, I just had to flip the image, right? So we'll just go to here and flip horizontal. Done. Now once we are back to insert, see this one, screen grab. What it will do is it will basically take a screenshot. See, you just select the area which you want to grab. Done. And it will give you all these options. Now if you just select done, see, it gets converted into an image which you can enlarge, you can decrease the size, do whatever you want. You want to save it, you can save it as a picture inside your PC. See, picture.png, I just saved the image. Get it? So this function is used to take a screenshot. Now I'll just go down here. Now if you want to insert any kind of shape, if you want to insert particular shapes inside it, show particular thing, do whatever you want with your shapes, you can just go through this one. This tool will just, see, let's take this plus tool, we'll just drag it down here and it will create the plus tool. If you want an exact plus, you can press shift. Alright, take the particular shape, plus, press shift and then draw it. See, it will give you the exact plus sign, or whatever shape you want, it will exactly draw how the shape was. See, a straight line if you want. Get it? So that this tool is used to draw any kind of shape. We'll add a blank page. Done. Now we'll go to WPS art. See, this one I can enter this one, basic process. So most of the time students are given assignments and all those things. So if you want a ready-made by default a template for the charts, this is the function. Now inside it you can insert text like A to B to C. Done. Now various kinds of effects you can give to it. You can add shape, insert a bullet to this thing. Alright, now whenever you give some data, this is first. Done. So we gave bullet. Now once you're done with this, you can just go back. You can select any kind of style. See, 5 styles are given. I like this one, I can select this one. Easy. Now you can move this cell down to any other cell if you want to replace it. See, click this one, it will go down. Click this one, it will go up to its original place. Get it? Same you can do with all other cells. You can demote it, promote it, whatever you want to do. You'll just play with this thing and it will show you what you have to do. Now change colors. So this is a great tool if you want it to look more beautiful or other things. See, various kinds of colors they have given. See, yellow, green, blue, whatever combination you want, just select the thing and it will show you the results. All black, all black, all white, anything. Once you're done with this selection pane, see this pane, so you can just select whatever stuff you have created, right? I've shown you this one. Get it? But most of the time we don't use it. We'll just go back to whatever we've created. Alright, now once we are done with this one, we'll just go back to the insert tool. Now this header and footer, one of the most useful and the most time saving thing. So in case you have printed a document and all the pages go here and there, so what will happen? You won't able to understand which page was first, which was last, which was in between, right? So header and footer is one of the most important tool they have given. So we'll just click on this. Alright, headers you can enter whatever you want, like document. Alright, I'll just enter it. Done. But important thing is the footer. Most of the time footer is the most important thing. Why? Because you can insert page number and it will automatically get inserted. I'll just click on this one. See, format. So format will show you how you want the footer to be. Like if you want to show just the numbers 1 2 3 4, or you can show page 1, page 2, page 3 with the prefix of page in it. Get it? And if you have a document of suppose 50 pages, so this format will show you page 1 of 50, page 2 of 50. Get it? For now we'll just take page 1 of X. Now position of the footer is very important based on your document. Most of the time it is selected bottom right. Get it? So I'll just select bottom right and apply to the entire document. Most of the time entire document, because as I said, if it all the pages go here and there, you'll have to see how many pages were there total, so you can just tally the number. Alright, and just go for OK. See, 3 of 3, we have total of 3 pages, so it will show you page number on each of them. Once you are done with the header and footer, you just close it. Then see, document is the header and the page number is the footer. You can also edit it afterwards. You just have to double click on it. You can change the format, you can delete the page number of a particular page, whatever you want to do. You can go for a particular font you want for it. All the home tab things which I have showed in the home tab video, so you can refer to that video if you want to see all these functions. Alright, same goes for the header. Get it? See, all these things done. So this is how you can insert a header or footer. Page number, as I showed in the header and footer, if you don't want a footer, you can just directly insert a header or footer for a particular page. Get it? So for now we have inserted it, right? A watermark is also one of the important things. See, we'll just click on this. Now there are two kinds of watermarks. One, image watermark, and two is text watermark. For first of all, they have given all these text watermarks by default. If you want them, you don't have to create this confidential document. You can select confidential or anything. Now in case if you want to create your own watermark, you can just click on add. Once you click on add, see, there are two options. First of all, I'll show you text watermark, which is the most basic thing. Now content, select this, any kind of content, or you can just type whatever you want. Hello. Alright, size, I recommend keep it auto, or you can change it to whatever you want. Color, mostly gray, because it is the most basic watermark color. You can also change it to whatever you want from all this collection of colors. Format, you can keep it horizontal or diagonal. See, diagonal, most of the time diagonally it is used. Get it? Now horizontally, left, center, whatever you want. Vertically, whatever you want. Transparency, this will increase or decrease. Get it? Mostly we'll keep it to 50 and we'll click OK. Now once you have clicked OK, you will ask why it's not showing up here. Because we just created the watermark, we didn't apply it to the document. So if you want to apply it, you just click on it, you select this, and see, the watermark will get applied on the document. Now second, I'll just click Ctrl Z. Second thing is image watermark. So you just select this checkbox. Now first of all, you'll have to select the image. I'll just select this image. Alright, we'll go here. I'll just enter my YouTube channel logo. Now it won't show you a exact preview of what it is, but you'll get the idea from here. Zoom is mostly auto. It's the best option you can get. Format is horizontal. Diagonally it won't look good. And all those two things just the same as these were. Get it? And we'll just select washout. Now washout is that it will show it a little transparently, and if you deselect washout, it will show the image exactly as it is. So first of all, I'll show you washout. See, if we apply this one, see, without any washout, so exactly how the image is. Now I'll just go back and we'll just deselect the washout thing. No, select the washout thing. See, now we have selected it. I'll press on OK. OK already exists, so we'll just delete the previous one. Right click on any watermark to delete it, or edit it, we'll just edit this one. See, I'll select washout and go for OK. Now I'll apply the watermark. See, a slight yellowish shade is there, but it's been washed out and the watermark has been successfully applied. So this is how you can apply a watermark to any kind of document. Now once we are done with the watermark, we'll go to the next one, comment. Now I have several images or several tables. See, I have two of these tables and I don't know which tables are this. I just want to take a quick review of my document. What will I do? Comments. Now comments are the most important thing while writing a huge document. Most of the programmers know this, because while writing a program we don't always know what logic has been used in every part. We don't remember the whole thing. So what we do is we do write comments in front of them. So same thing you can do here. See, there are two tables. Now I'll just select this thing. Alright, this thing I'll select and I'll write comment. So what is this table for? It's just for showing Indonesia or something. You can write anything here. First table. Alright. Oh shit, I just press the shift key. Now I'll just select this one. I can go to insert, comment again. Second table. Get it? So the document will remain as it was, the whole page ratio and everything will remain, and you can insert comments in front of it. Now once we are done with comments, see, the next thing they show is envelope. Now if you have created a letter or any kind of document and you want an envelope, first of all what you'll have to do is you'll have to take the printer and insert envelope in the tray so that it will print the envelope. Now if you want to create the format of the envelope, we'll just create this one. And see, you have to enter the delivery address. I'll just select something, Ghatkopar. Alright, return address will be Mumbai, Dadar. Let's just take this thing. You can also omit this thing, but yeah, I'll just show this. Now if you click on print, it will directly print the document. If you go for add document, it will create a whole new document for the envelope to be created. Now you can also do other kinds of stuff, add images or whatever you want to do on the envelope, but basic envelope is like this. You just enter the two addresses and you can also save the document from here. Get it? Now we'll just go back to the thing we were doing. So what we did was envelope. Now once we're done with envelope, I'll just close this. We'll go down here. Text box. I'll just click on this one. So now what a text box will do, we can draw a text box by using this tool, text box, horizontal text box. See, I'll just draw it. Done. Now I can enter whatever data I want, and for your information, this text box is opaque, not transparent. See, it just covered the whole watermark thing, so it is opaque. Now you can write any data inside it, data or anything, horizontal box. None. Same, you can apply all these things, font size, everything that is in the home tab. Get it? So this is text box. There are you can also draw vertical and multi-line text box, so whichever you want you can play with it. Next is word art. This one I have shown in the home video, so you can refer to that one. Symbol. Now few things are there which are not always available on our keyboard, right? So what we'll do is we'll just select this and we can add any kind of symbol, like horizontal box. I'll just select the symbol and I can just enter any of the symbol. Check. Data. Unchecked. Get it? So this is used to print any kind of symbol you want. Next thing is equation. Now once we are done with the box, we'll just go outside the box, click enter. See, once you click enter, it will just keep on going up and down. So what we'll do is you'll just press shift and enter. Get it? You can go down in the document. Now equation. Now if you want to enter a certain kind of, like you have an math sign, and if you're typing on the keyboard, but integration sign is not there on the keyboard. So what you'll do, we'll just select this one, equation, and see, you can type all these things. See, integration, integrate whatever you want, e, dx, whatever. Yeah, let's just take this one for example and just close it. Done. The equation came here, whatever size you want to apply to it, write 11, whatever. Get it? So by this one you can write equations whichever you want. You just type the particular thing and click on cross, so it will just enter it, or you can just copy the whole thing from that tab, paste here, doesn't make a great difference. Same thing. Done with equation. Insert number. So if you don't want to insert with your keyboard, you can just click here, insert any kind of number. Done. Date and time. Now if you're writing a document, you want to write the date and time, you don't have to specifically type the date and time. You can just go here, select the particular format you want. It's like Wednesday, 22nd April 2020, and OK. Now if you press update automatically, every day it gets updated. We'll just click OK. Get it? Now hyperlink. Now if you have created a document and if you want to show that I have used these references, so you can just paste the reference links whichever you want. For now I'll just select the hyperlink thing. Right, now we'll go here and I'll just type www. let's say google.com and press enter. Done. You've created a hyperlink. Now in case you want to open the hyperlink, just right click on it, open hyperlink. It will create a new tab in google.com. See, it's totally legit. Like I can just Nemesia, I just searched it, see my channel. Get it? So it will just open a whole browser. So hyperlink is any link which you want to open on the internet, which you can specify in the document. Get it? So we'll just go back to our document. See, this is how hyperlinks can be created. You can select it, you can edit it in whichever way you want. You can select any kind of font for the link. Easy. Done with the hyperlink. Next thing is bookmark. You can bookmark a particular thing in your document. You can just name it and add. And to find the bookmark, just click here, bookmark. See, and go to, you can search for a bookmark down here. Get it? Go to the bookmark and it will show you where the bookmark is. Say if I am here, wherever you are, just insert, go to bookmark. I'll just go here, double click on this, it will show up the bookmark. Done. I'll just close this. See, so this is the end of the insert tab. We have created this whole document. I've shown you almost all of them. So yeah, so this was the insert tab of the writer tool in WPS Office. It is the same in Microsoft Word too, so you can use all these functions there also. So yeah, if you find this video useful and informative, do like it, share it with your friends who don't know about all this kind of stuff, and yeah, do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.